This is No Money, Mo Money, and after putting an end to a 1,000-year war, he thought to take a little break. But old threats create new problems, and now his path leads to war, through a storm of blood. Finished all my crafter quests, got manipulation on all my crafters, which means we're about ready to go into post-Stormblood. But first, I recently finished base Stormblood, and that means I tank 250k on 250 Phoenix Downs. Yeah, which I need to remember to then throw away. And it's just that easy. I become a tiny potato samurai! Then we get to work on the whole reason I got manipulation for all of my crafter classes, which is moving into the Mastercraft recipes of Stormblood, which, as usual, is going to require a ton of gathering, buying some junk from the tombstone vendor that only showed up after finishing Stormblood that we can't get anywhere else, and a ton of crafting, which gives us a whole new set of gear for my monk, which is looking like this. Kind of fitting for a monk design. As usual, I'm not in love with the gloves. So if we get rid of our accessories, now it looks a little bit better. This is an in-between look. This is the 2-star Mastercraft recipe for monk. There are still 2 other higher eye level sets that I can craft for my monk yet. Of course, having this great gear for the monk reminds me of one other important fact, which is the fact that I am behind on my monk quests. So let's go help our buddy Vitagelt confront some traumatic realizations about his childhood and heritage, overcome a former friend and brother of the Fist of Rhalgr turned villain, and finally begin the long process of resurrecting the monks of the Fist of Rhalgr, which finishes up this quest line and gives me Brotherhood, which lets me increase party damage for 20 seconds and unlock chakra really rapidly for 40 seconds, using my big hits much more often. And the final set of monk gear, which I can't use as gear because I didn't craft it, but I can certainly make a glam out of it, including the first pair of monk gauntlets that I actually want to use. Because rather than being big, disgusting knuckles like so many monk weapons are, these ones look more like Rhalgr, since that's the symbol of Rhalgr, has just enchanted my own fists to be deadly weapons. That is a style I prefer infinitely more for a monk, is like barefisted or like magic glowy enchanted hands rather than big disgusting metal knuckles. Which finishes up my growth as a monk. I have finished all those quests, got all those abilities. Now we can finally jump into post-Stormblood with the Omega raids. No choice but to divert company resources and employees, this pet project of yours. This is a real threat down in that hole. We kind of need to deal with it. Oh, is that before or after you blow it up or seal it away? Let our people study such advanced technology. Oh, really? The before or after you blow it up or seal it away? I've gone ahead and brought in a consultant. Oh, God, no. Oh, man, not this consultant. We're getting the old divorced couple back together to bicker at each other some more. I love thinking of Nero and Sid, not as an old married couple, they're an old divorced couple. Dang it, Jesse! I'm a sensitive new recruit who thrives on encouragement. Plus you'll thrive elsewhere when I encourage you to piss off. We've already paid him in full and it wasn't exactly a pittance. Jesse, why would you do this? Like, you're constantly telling the chief that his stuff is a waste of time and money, and then you blew most of the Ironworks budget paying Nero. Yup. Sure. Nothing terrifying about this. He's just been sleeping inside my soul, basically, ever since Heaven's Word finished. Our history spanneth eons and stars. Yeah, there is that. You get to learn more about the dragons and the Omicrons much later in Endwalker, but for now... Oh no, tiny chicken! Being chased by a big dragon. Trip. Just tripped. Yeah, apparently it was a weird ether dragon that's not really here. It looks like a chocobo and plays like a chocobo. I'm thinking it's probably a chocobo. Looks more like a stuffed doll to me. The ones we Lalafels ride are all about this size, aren't they? Aren't you gonna introduce us to your knowledgeable little dragon friend? Hello guys, this is the king of all dragons. They have only one thing to say, Omega activation successful. Literally, like, Omega was already here before Alligans found it. Look, I'm not saying it was aliens, but it's an alien. Omega is just making a bunch of different creatures out of ether and then having them kill each other to find the most powerful form. All right. Time to go jump in the purple nightmare goop. Rift between dimensions where a vital experiment is presently in progress. Your participation is appreciated. Please indicate your consent. Non-participating entities will be summarily erased. Please indicate your consent. Yeah, thanks, Omega. I love that Alpha was able to give consent for the rest of us. 89 candidates have been selected and recreated. They're grouped by dimension, matched by strength, and pitted against one another. Pending an assessment of your fitness to serve as fully fledged test subjects, your combat capabilities will be evaluated shortly. Oh look, our first battlefield. Enter the Deltascape and defeat all test subjects within. Well, here we go. Finally into the Deltascape. After like a 45-minute queue time. That's what happens when you're a DPS. Alderite. Yep, good luck. Let's go, Alpha! Let's do this, doofuses. Okay, so that's in ones. Oh, wait, no. Roar is just an AoE. That's okay. Those are going to pop eventually. See, they get bigger like that, and then eventually they burst. He can summon 2 sets of those. Yeah, out then in kind of thing like that. What's he gonna do? Okay, this is the one where he pushes them away and pushes us away too, so we need to get back out of there before they burst. Was that ice floor? Oh, yeah, this is the spread. And there's the ice floor. And then a stack, right? There's a stack that goes with this. Yep. Crap. Oh, I don't know if I got in there in time. Oh, here comes classic elements. This is a lot of stuff in like rapid succession. So let's see. Big burst of damage. Yup. And then there's the big booms, but I think he knocks them out, right? Yes. Whoop. Oh, I was in the tornado when it went off. I got too close too fast, and I got hit by the tornado. My fault. Big burst. More big burst. So that was the ones inside first, so I need to get away from... Oh no, he's going to blow them away. Yeah, the inside one's first, so it doesn't really matter. Because he's going to knock them away like that, and then I need to get back in. Roar, just AoE. There we go. I think we didn't even see some of the mechanics, but that's how it goes. Witness every moment of your struggle via the Deltascape's various surveillance devices. You mean the part where I've died horribly? Someone had to res me? Yeah, maybe you should delete that recording. Why it's so obsessed with determining the strongest being is another question. So Omega can straight up create beings, like corporeal beings in the real world, but it takes a lot of Omega's power to do so. So instead it created this weird little void space to like test simulacra of different beings before it decides which one to make. So eventually it's going to find something even stronger than Shinryu, decide that's the victor, create it in the real world, and then fight it to become stronger. They're like, how did Alpha manifest corporeally in the real world? Then again, it's not a very complex design, so maybe it was an accident. Wedge just like, don't you make fun of Alpha, he's a good boy. Biggs and Wedge are gonna head back to Cartno to see why Omega doesn't seem to be responding to the stasis command we initiated at the end of Heaven's Word. Yes, be a good tiny chicken, Alpha. Look after us. Subject Delta 2 is capable of manipulating gravity. Assembled something which might mitigate its effects. An anti-gravity... Ooh, am I getting a duty action for Deltascape 2? Ew, great. A beholder. A catastrophe. And we do have a duty action, which is levitation. Oh, am I dance partnered? I'm dance partnered. Awesome. Here it goes. Which is, let's get up and stack with him. Had to get in the air to stack with that person, because it wouldn't have counted if we were on the ground. I don't know, what do we have here? Oh, is this the tentacles? Yeah, this is the tentacles. So each of them gets marked, and then we need to go to one that's not marked. Some of them will lose them. Okay, so we need to go to one that's not marked. Because that one is going to explode, so we need to be away from that one. Like that. Let's just get out of the way of that and turn away from the gaze and get off the ground so we're not in the way of those big bursts. Is this the little spheres? Yes, it is. So I need to stay away from those. Oh, God. And then he pulls me down, and I'm right in the center of it. Yeah, I screwed that up. And I'm facing him now, which is not great. Everyone got hit by that, though. Everyone screwed. Look at that. We're all petrified. Oops. We all messed that one up. Alley-oop! Luckily, I'm not in the explosion anyway, so it doesn't matter. Boom. But now I need to get out of there before I get sucked down into the ground. Now that that's gone off. And done. Adios, beholder. The next opponent is Halicarnassus, a character from an ancient fable. Yep, Omega's populating its grand experiment with fictional characters. Must needs draw upon that which hath already been. Yeah, Omega is a clanker. It has no heart, no soul, no creativity. It can only recreate that which has already existed. It's every creation being another's conception. This is literally just talking about AI. Omega's a clanker with no creativity. All it can do is steal, like, fictional characters that others have written about already and recreate them. Deltascape 3. Okay. Here we go, Halicarnassus. Let's play, Frog Queen. Ah, I got toaded. Too bad so far. Just avoid the big old bursts. Avoid that. The cleaves. Luckily, they're fairly small. The playing field. Yeah. I think I need to stand on the proper one. So I'm a DPS, so over here. Yep, that was right. Good. I didn't screw up and forget that mechanic. Good to know. I don't remember where I'm supposed to be on this one. Okay. Good. I just happened to be on the right one. Mind Jack, right face. So I think I'm going to march to the right. Yep, force march. Queen's Waltz. I think I need to be here again. Yep, there we go. Darn it. Toad it again. Ribbit. More tokens. Those are the guys that have big freaking AoEs. Don't worry, I'll move, healer. You just focus on healing. Ethereal Tear. That's the one that changes the entire board, I believe. Yeah, we need to go in. Get sucked into the tear. And overcome her puzzle. I'll just follow someone else. Let them make the decisions. We need to deal with the slide and sand. I'll let someone else figure out which direction we need to go. Follow the healer and assume he knows what he's doing. Works for me, because it worked out great. We're back, Froggy. What? Alright, let's hit her with everything. All the boosts. Like, all of the frickin' DPS boosts for the party. Oh, force marched us. She died, so it doesn't matter. Ribbit. For a moment there, I feared you might croak. Sid. Subject Delta 4. This test world's final resident. Your opponent is, and I quote, a great tree born of an agglomeration of evil will. Oh, is that X-Death? Which assumes the form of a dark mage. Yep, X-Death. Chief antagonist in another ancient tale. If heroes won, why did Omega not make them its test subjects? Yeah, why is it making the villains who lose the test subjects rather than the heroes? Alright. Deltascape 4. Bring it on, X-Death. Fire 3. Oh, that's Pyretic. Thunder 3, that's AoEs again. Oh, nope, that was a get out. That was a get out. Blizzard 3. If Thunder was... Oh, darn. Deep Freeze. I was supposed to keep moving for that, I think. And here he goes. Oh no, the tree! The evil tree. Let's get this away from everyone, shall we? Black hole. Okay, that's a lot of black holes. What are they gonna do, though? Blizzard 3, that's keep moving. Let's just get out of there, please. Okay, so first he does the big hit, then he can do AoEs on multiple characters if he chooses to. A big meteor? Is that just gonna hit the center, or...? Yeah, there's nothing I could really do about that, I don't think. Blizzard 3, so keep on fighting. Keep punching. Oh, come on! I was in the middle of a punch when that happened. Maybe there was nothing. Oh, boy. Wasn't paying attention to that knockback, was I? Man, I'm doing a lot worse in this fight than I have been in other ones. Thank you for the res. I have invuln here, so I'm good. I'll still move, but because if the healer heals me, my invuln goes away, so I still need to get out of there. Oh god, I zombified. Oh cool, now I'm punching my allies. That's wonderful. Come. No. Stop zombieing. There we go. Oof. Jeez. Yes, yes, someone hit him. I think we're good. Whoever's LBing there should end him. There we go. I am the Delta, I am the Omega. Completed the Deltascape. Bye, Tin Man. Get 8. Deltascape shut down. Yep. Alpha group victorious. Back to reality. Yep. There goes gravity. I mean, no. Omega could have done this completely in secret if it wanted to. For some reason, it revealed itself to us and allowed us to enter. And Midgard's Ormer's already like, what are you, Alpha? Really? And Alpha's just like, huh? Like, Alpha doesn't know. Unexpected projections gave Delta subjects the upper hand. Oh my. Am I an upset victor, an underdog, if you will? Certain beings may unleash hidden potential when subjected to stress. Alpha group members subject to severe stress. Event found: the death of a comrade. Jeez, dude. Like, you didn't tell her? I did, after a fashion. May have exercised some executive discretion. Like, he went off on a crazy adventure and didn't bother to tell his second in command. Jesse's falling in love with the tiny, adorable stuffed chocobo. He's basically part of the family, and why wouldn't he grant us exclusive rights to use his likeness? Shall we start off with simple clockwork version? They'll be queuing up in the streets. Jesse's already seeing the hanging Garfields and the windshields of cars for Alpha. Yeah, Biggs and Wedge ain't back yet. Last I heard, they were scouring Omega Control for anything useful. Yeah, if we leave you here, Jesse is liable to take a mold of you. Better come along, Alpha. She's already trying to market Alpha plushies. Going through Deltascape means I've also picked up a bunch of raid nonsense. But luckily, this means I can also buy a bunch of gear from the raids. But unfortunately, I didn't pick up enough pieces for the pants. But even without the pants, I could still put this together. Not my favorite, but not terrible. It'll do for now. So, things aren't going too good in here, are they, guys? Monster appeared out of thin air. Up. Targets exhibit vital signs. Mission failed. Yep, Omega tried to kill our friends. Alpha group members exhibit heightened levels of stress. Objective fulfilled. Oh, someone's got to beat up Omega now because it's annoying. Yeah, it could just unleash them on the towns and kill dozens of people. Those whom you call heroes, yeah. People who go beyond what should be their natural limits somehow, and Omega's trying to induce that state. Prove to be of benefit, I will incorporate it into my own evolution. The ability to go even further beyond. Plus Ultra? Really? Omega's trying to incorporate Plus Ultra into its evolution? Ooh, Alpha does not seem too happy about this one. Withdraw and I commence extermination of your kind. Yeah, I get it. Threats, blah, blah, yada, yada. Now we have to murder Omega.